Good morning. I'm Lieutenant Stephen Rios. I'm the Public Information Officer for the Universal City Police Department. Thank you all for being here. So yesterday morning, our officers responded to a pretty traumatic incident that resulted in the death of a 9-year-old. Detective Sergeant David Fawcett is going to give you more details and answer any questions.
Good morning, everybody. First of all, I'd like to thank everyone for being here, especially on such short notice. We'd like to thank KENS 5 and KSAT and everybody for coming out and giving us an opportunity to kind of clarify some things. First, I would like to offer our sincerest condolences to members of the family of the loved one that was lost, of the child that was lost. It's heartbreaking, it's tragic for our community. But we'd like to thank our community for the outpouring of love and support for them and everything like that. I'd like to start by saying that we would ask that members of the public please refrain from engaging in any type of rumors or hearsay, as well as members of the media. This is an active investigation, and we want to make sure that we get everything right and that nothing is out of place or given out that's incorrectly. Also, we'd like to ask for privacy for the family. So in a few minutes, I'm going to be taking questions, and we're going to give as much as we can because we want to give you guys what you need, but at the same time, we also would like to protect the privacy of the family and everything like that. So first of all, I'd like to say that at about 5 o'clock yesterday morning, our officers and our EMS and our fire department were dispatched to the 8200 block of Zodiac Road in our city for a report of a disturbance that turned out to be a stabbing. And I don't think that anything could have prepared our first responders of the city for what they saw. It was devastating, and it was very, very, very rough on them. What they found when they arrived is that a father was trying to prevent the mother of the child from getting back to him after she had potentially stabbed him multiple times. Unfortunately, despite the fact that our firefighters, our Schertz EMS folks, and our officers rendered first aid and did the best that they could at the scene, that child didn't make it. The child was 9 years old. Since that time, we would like to ask that, again, we protect the privacy and of the family. And like I said, refrain from any hearsay or rumors about that. That's initially what we're releasing at this time. Also, we've had the opportunity, luckily, to get our officers and have a debrief and talk about it and everything like that. And our firefighters and EMS, they've had a chance to sit down and kind of get it all out and everything like that and take care of their mental health. Additionally, I'd like to say that the adult female was charged with capital murder, and she's been booked into the Bexar County Jail since then after she received medical treatment she needed from injuries she sustained at the scene. So right now I'd like to take any questions that you have, and if it's something that we can answer, we would love to do that.
Was there any past issues with this depicted suspect?
There were no past issues
So
with our
previous
agency.
service?
With our agency, there were not.
Were there any drugs involved with the incident?
It doesn't appear so at this time, but it's an ongoing investigation, and later on it might come out that there were, but right now it doesn't appear to be at all.
Are you looking into this as a kind of mental health case, or is that kind of still up in the air?
So it's a fluid investigation. Right now she's been charged criminally, and so we're looking into it as a criminal matter.
And she's no longer in the hospital, she's already been transferred to jail?
I don't have that information. I believe that she's been transported to the jail. That was what we thought was happening, but but custody has been transferred over to Bexar County Sheriff's Office.
Okay.
Were there any weapons recovered at the scene?
Yes, there were multiple edge weapons that were recovered at the scene.
You said multiple weapons?
Multiple, yes, ma'am.
I take it the board was asleep during when it first happened?
It's not clear whether he was asleep or not when it happened. We don't have that information because we don't have another eyewitness that's able to corroborate that specific detail.
What she said, like why she did this?
Yeah, so a lot of the statements that were made at the scene by her and interviews, subsequent interviews, are going to be part of the investigation. It's not something, unfortunately, we can release.
So was the father at home at the time?
So what we believe is that the father came home prior to the incident, shortly before the incident, and then the incident occurred.
Did he sustain any injuries?
No.
And he was reported to be a police officer through China Grove, is that correct?
So he is a police officer. He's a police officer with a local municipality. As far as what agency, we're not going to release that information specifically to, like I said, protect the privacy of the family. And he's obviously a victim in this. He's lost his son. And again, I would ask for privacy.
On that note, sir, you mentioned that you did a debriefing with officers. What was done or mentioned in that debriefing, and if you can go into detail regarding mental health?
So thank you, that's a great question. So I wasn't present for the debriefing, but essentially what we did was we have peer support services, and we also have counseling that we offer, and we also have time off that we can offer for our officers, for the SHIRT CMS, and our firefighters that are involved in critical incidents. We take that very seriously, and all that's been provided to them, and that was the cusp of the debriefing.
This is something that normally you don't see in Universal City. It's just something rare, right?
I would say so, yes, sir. Our citizens are awesome, our community is awesome, and it's not something that we see on a regular basis or at all. And moving forward, we hope that we never see anything like it again. It was terrible.
The mother, she has any health conditions, mental?
We're not aware of any, but if anything like that were to come up, that would be something that would be, number one, HIPAA protected, and we wouldn't be able to disclose that. It's be part of the investigation.
Have y'all spoken with the school the child attended? Are they giving any services for other children and, just some kind of counseling services?
Anything that's going on with any schools that the child may have attended, that's going to be confidential. That we don't want to release that right now, and I'm not aware of any of that, to be honest with you. But if we are working with them, that would be something that we wouldn't want. We wouldn't want that put out there. That would be something we want to protect and keep confidentiality.
Ma'am, as administration, we have reached out to the agency administrator for the ISD Police Department, and they have been working with the school to arrange counselors and things of that nature.
Thanks, Chief.
Do the families from this area?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there any struggles when detaining the suspect?
So when our officers arrived on scene, there initially was some difficulty getting the suspect into custody, but they were able to they did a phenomenal job of doing that, preventing that individual from being harmed to the degree they possibly could, and they were able to take her into custody and really save her life. So.
According to the arrest affidavit, she injured herself as well?
Yes, that's correct.
Can we get a statement in Spanish just since y'all already up there?
Yes, sir.
Dave, you gonna do that?
No.
We'll take it easy.
We've
It would
got
be-
There we go.
Lieutenant Carmona, thank you.
Thank you.
Buenos días, mi nombre es Daniel Carmona, soy el teniente del departamento de Universal City. La noche de ayer a las 5 de la mañana recibimos una llamada de emergencia en 8200 Zodiac por un apuñalamiento en proceso. Cuando los oficiales llegaron ahí, descubrieron que había una señora que tenía sangre y un niño. Entonces, cuando ya llegaron los oficiales, lo que me dijeron a mí fue que la señora estaba tratando de apuñalarse con el cuchillo. Entonces, fue cuando los oficiales tuvieron que ponerla en esposas para protegerla. Entonces, ahorita también en la investigación no podemos decir muchas cosas porque todavía es el proceso de la investigación. Cualquier pregunta que tengan respecto de eso.
A la hora de llegar, ¿qué es lo que los oficiales encontraron ahí después de esposar a la señora?
Cuando llegaron ahí, el esposo fue el que llegó y encontró el incidente. Fue cuando nos llamaron a nosotros. Cuando nos llamaron los oficiales, encontraron al señor. Y el señor fue que les dijo lo que sucedió. Y cuando los oficiales entraron, la señora estaba afuera de un baño, del baño de la casa. Estaba en el piso.
¿El niño tenía múltiples heridas?
Sí.
Teniente, ¿qué ha dicho ella? ¿Por qué lo hizo? ¿Cuál es la razón?
Todavía no podemos, porque cuando la tratamos de hablar de ella, pidió un abogado. Entonces automáticamente no podemos ya hacerle ninguna preguntas en ese instante.
¿Sabemos si de pronto ella tenía algún tipo de condición mental?
Todavía no sabemos eso. Como nada, nosotros sacamos un récord de la casa y nunca habíamos respondido a su casa por incidentes así. Cuando hablamos con el esposo tampoco nos dijo que ella sufría de alguna cosa mental o algo. So,
¿Qué viene ahora para ella?
ahorita con el proceso de eso le pusimos cargos de capital, asesinato capital.
¿Qué puede decir sobre, tenemos entendido que el padre es un oficial del departamento?
¿Con el departamento de quién?
¿De policía?
Sí, es policía. Como les dijo el sargento, no podemos decir por la privacidad de la familia.
Y un poquito de lo que hicieron en el debriefing, lo que hablaron con los oficiales.
Ujú. Bueno, cuando eso sucede es confidencial, claro, porque es un proceso de nosotros que nosotros hacemos. Pero en el círculo participaron doctores que estuvieron ahí en el hospital, paramédicos, oficiales, nosotros los detectives también. Y es algo que es muy recomendable. Tengo haciendo esto 27 años y esto es bueno para los oficiales y para todas las personas que estaban involucradas en el incidente.
Teniente, ella atentó contra su hijo y luego se trató también de
Sí.
asesinar.
Sí.
¿Sabemos algo de la condición en esos momentos de ella? ¿Si está en el hospital? ¿Si fue trasladada?
Ya fue trasladada a la prisión de Bexar County.
Entonces está fuera de peligro.
Sí, bueno, cuando sucede el proceso es de que la ponen en un cuarto por 72 horas y el doctor la monitora que no se vaya a hacer daño a ella misma también. Ese es el proceso. Yo también trabajaba en la cárcel de Bexar County y es el proceso cuando nosotros recibíamos a alguien que necesitaba, que se querían matar, los poníamos en un cuarto aislados de los demás para protegerlos a ellos también.
Algo que ella haya dicho en el momento en el que llegaron los oficiales.
No dijo nada, como si estaba, no sé, estaba diciendo cosas, pero no nada hacía. Gracias.
Thank you all for being here. If we do have any more pertinent information that we need to make public, we will. But at this point, it's an ongoing investigation.
Are y'all gonna be providing a mugshot, or do you know if the mugshot has been taken of her yet?
We will not be providing a mugshot. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Can we go back to the timeline for just a minute, because I didn't really understand what you said about the timeline. When Dad arrived home, the attack against the boy was already over, or it was in progress?
Absolutely. So, the evidence that we have suggests that the dad arrived home, and then after he had been home for a very short while, the attack occurred.
And the affidavit also says that while they were trying to restrain the woman, she kind of escaped and went and got another weapon and was able to hurt herself, but she was already injured when police arrived.
That's correct as far as her injuries, as far as when police arrived, that is correct. As far as the specific details of what happened from the time that they arrived to restraining and stuff like that, that's going to be stuff we want to kind of keep confidential, just for the integrity of our investigation.
Chief, did you want to say something about your people?
Thanks. Thank you, sir.
Because I've noticed on social media, your folks are, that are commenting are just really concerned about the safety and welfare and mental health of your folks.
Yes, ma'am, thank you. And we live in a great community, and we have the best citizens here, and one of them's present as well. And we're certainly happy to serve this community as well. First, I'd like to just say thank you to the Ranger Temez here and the Ranger Service as a whole. They're great partners, and thank you, sir. We appreciate all that you guys do, and not just for us, but around the state. And thank you all for coming out as well. And I'd like to add that we live in a country, we're very fortunate to live in this country where these types of crimes are very, very rare, and thankfully so. Crimes like this shock your conscience, rocks you to your core. You can't unsee some of the stuff that you see, and you can't understand why it would happen. Our children are our most valuable things in the world to us, right? I say that to say, we certainly, we pray for our officers, but we also pray for the family as well. But for you guys too, you're not immune to this, so make sure you stay safe and stay healthy. And we'd like to ask that, yourselves and the viewers and anybody else out there, that if they suspect family violence of any type or suspicious activity anywhere, don't hesitate to call. We don't charge for our services, as you all know. So I don't have anything else unless you have questions for me, and I'll turn it back over to our PIO.
Can you spell his last name? I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am, it's gonna be, starts with F as in Frank,
Okay.
and then it's A-W, and then C as in Charles, E-T-T.
Does she have any court dates soon?
No, the adjudication process does take some time. Sergeant, do you have anything on that?
No, we're not aware if a court date has been set. Typically, once they're magistrated, then they go through pretrial services, and pretrial services takes care of all that. I would suspect that at this time that there isn't just quite yet, because the magistration happened so recently.
Chief, I know you were saying earlier, I heard you say it's been a rough couple of days, how's the morale within your department, and what have you talked about with your officers?
Well, good point. And number one, we work with the best, and the best in the business are employed here at this agency from, in my opinion, from the top down. Present company excluded, myself excluded. I'm referring to our staff and everybody else. And we have a lot of, we took early initiatives to have some internal mental health peer-to-peer folks on staff, and one of them's here today with us as well. There was a time in this profession where that wasn't important. It wasn't that long ago. I've only got 23 years in, and I can tell you for the first 10 or so that it wasn't a topic. And it certainly warrants being one. If you can't take care of yourselves or you're not in a good state of mind, it's very difficult to take care of others and help others and to be the problem solvers. And so thank you for asking. They're doing great. Morale's as good as it can be. Obviously, we're all hurt and taken aback by again, this type of offense shocks the conscience, and you can't unsee some of the stuff that you see. But we love on them. We care about them. We let them know that we're there for them. Chief and I both went around and called them all yesterday, sent them text again last night to restate my stance on that. And I don't just tell them that. We don't just tell them that in times of crisis. They know it. I think they know it all the time that we care about them, that they're extremely important to us and how we serve this community. Thank you for asking. I appreciate that.